Happy New Year.
It's a new year, 2020. I can't believe it, but did you know that I've had my real estate license now for 10 years?
Wow. Happy anniversary.
I know. I actually wrote this big thing and then I never did anything with it. It's because we thought we would do these video newsletters. So we're starting off our new year just to share some information with you, to keep you up to date on the real estate market and
kind of what's happening in our world too.
Yeah, so always the thing that we talk about most in our newsletters are the stats. And the market stats are always a very important thing for people to follow if they're considering buying, if they're considering selling, or if they just want to know what's going on in the market. And there's all kinds of news and forecasting that you hear, but on a monthly basis we post everything onto our website and we always share it on our social media sites. Talk about those.
It's good information to have, you know, because you're driving around your neighborhood and all you see is for sale signs everywhere. And so I think people have the idea in their head that nothing is selling and nothing is moving. But in December in 2019, 76 houses sold in Red Deer, right? So you don't really see that in your day-to-day stuff. So it's good information to know that there are things that are selling, there's buyers out there, but our market is definitely taking a downturn.
Yeah, things are happening though. We've kept busy. Last year there was a huge adjustment in the marketplace. I think since 2014 has it been like a 35% market correction.
Yes.
Which is, and that by that we mean number of homes sold.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily mean that that's the difference in the price and the value of homes, but there certainly has been an adjustment in pricing as well. But in all, things are still moving. There's people coming, people going. Until we have some migration though, I think that we're pretty much in what we would call our new normal.
Yes.
We need people to be moving into Red Deer. We need our economy being a little bit better. We have to have some stimulation here to make things happen.
Yes, that's very true. And so as we go into the new year, kind of thinking about what 2020 is going to bring, I think the same thing will be happening. There will still be buyers out there, but our sellers need to think about where they're at differently than we have in the past.
And one of the things for the sellers, it's not just about the money, it's about how do you make your home more saleable. You really need to make sure that if you have a home on the market and you're competing with 60 or 70 other homes in that price point, you have to have realistic expectations. One, in how many days that will be on the market, and second, you need to have that home in pretty good order to make it prepared and ready to sell. But they are selling. We're moving a lot of product. Last year was the same number of homes sold that we had the year prior for us as a team. The bigger challenge is those larger ticket bid priced homes, the ones over $750,000, definitely a change in that market. Last year, in the whole year, only 8 homes over $750,000 sold. That speaks highly to our market. Typically, we would be up, the last few years, we've been up around 13 to 15. Years prior to that, there was substantially more.
But good news, you know, if you're in your first home and your family's getting bigger and you want to move up to a bigger home, now is a really great time to do that because those are the houses where you're going to save the most money. So there's opportunity out there if you're willing to look for it. Yes. If you're thinking about buying a rental property, buying your first home, interest rates are low, pricing has come down, and there's a ton of selection.
A great investment at this point to build a portfolio from young to old, whether it's your first home or you can use the equity from your existing properties to move around. And the other place that there's a lot of money and refinancing happening for the cost plus improvements.
Yes.
That's really something to think about. If you're staying in your home, spend the time and the money over the next little while to create value in that home and to really update it and take advantage of the low interest rates and be able to move forward with that.
Yes.
The other things that we want to talk about, because we never stop, stats are one thing, but one of the things that we do and we spend a lot of time doing is ensuring that we have solid relationships with our clients and that we lean in and ask for referrals because that is how our business is built. But our next party, we do a lot of parties and activities in the year. Our next party is on February 2nd from
1 till 3?
1 to 3.
Okay, we'll confirm that.
It's a skating party that we're holding at the Bauer Community Hall, and we'll send out information and details on that. Love to have you, the family, and there's things for the kids, but it's also an opportunity just to connect, come and have a hot chocolate, and I would really like to have an opportunity to see you. And the other thing is the preparing for the spring market. It's never too soon to start thinking about a market analysis on your property. What's your property worth? Is it the year to be selling it? What is it that you need to do to it? How do we prepare to get ahead of the spring market?
Because it's about the planning, right? Because it doesn't happen overnight. And so if we come over now and you have a month and a half worth of stuff to do, it's nice to start now to be ready for that spring market. Because it seems like the spring market starts earlier and earlier every year.
And it usually always starts with, does it even make sense? Can you sell your property? What do you think you'll get for it? And are you able to borrow to buy up? How does it all look? And it's our job really to take hold of that and help you build a plan to be successful with your next real estate transaction.
Yes. Other than that, I think that pretty much covers it. And just a thank you to all of our clients for all your continued support. And we look forward to seeing you on February 2nd.
And watch for our weekly updates. Roxann's insistent upon having these little videos.
Videos.
Happy New Year.
Bye, everyone.